Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.eliances.com. Now, back to our super host, David Cogan, founder of Eliances.
That's right. We just had on the co-founder of Inspirity, an almost $4 billion company. Later on, we're going to have the CEO of Cousin Subs, so you're going to get hungry. And we'll be ending the show with the famous celebrity Quincy Jones. So let's talk about our next hero. Here today, gone tomorrow. Or is it? And does he have some secrets to share? Because you may be having some hair loss. You may know someone. It could be male, female, many different things. So, you never could have too much hair. On our next hero is William Gaunitz, founder of Evolution Hair Loss Institute and Advanced Trichology. You could reach them at advancedtrichology.com, or of course we'll have it on our website, Eliances, ELIANCES.com, because it is the only place where entrepreneurs align. William, this is such a narrow, specific niche industry. How in the world did you get involved? Was it something you just said, hey, I'd love to grow up and become this?
No, I wanted to be an architect, actually. And some days, I would be like, well, maybe I should have been an architect. But I started losing my hair when I was 17. And at the time, I was like, it's genetic, so I'm going to use the things that are out there, which at the time was Rogaine. Propecia literally just came to market, so it was brand new at the time. And so I used Rogaine, and when I was 17, that was enough, and it got me by till I was about 20. When I was 20, really life hit, stress, just multiple different factors that were happening at the time. I ended up losing substantial amounts of hair very, very quickly. And at the time, luckily, I had the resources to reach out and try all sorts of different things. Unfortunately, most of them didn't work. And that's where I just kept diligently digging until I found a product at the time was in Australia only, and that was low-level laser therapy. Now low-level laser therapy you can find in your Sky Mall magazine. However, at the time it was brand new, it was cutting edge. And I took that and ended up it worked for me. So I started a company, totally changed my life and profession because it changed my life so dramatically, and started studying trichology in Europe, and collectively started Evolution Hair Loss Institute in 2002. And by 2004, we were everywhere. We were on the cover of the business section of the Arizona Republic. We were written up in the Robb Report. We had celebrities calling, go, hey, where do we get this newfangled laser thing you're talking about? And at the time, I also had my own set of products that were in their infancy, and it just went, and it was pretty great.
What's the number one cause of hair loss, though? Because it affects. Well, what are the statistics on it, first of all, and then what's the number one cause?
Well, men particularly, they will begin essentially losing hair as early as 18. And when you get to 60, I believe the percentage is that 65% of the male population will have some hair loss by the time they reach 60. And by 70, it's more like 80%. So genetically, we're wired to lose some hair in that department.
Now, we're getting a lot of responses because people want to know how they can go ahead and reach you. You could reach William Gaunitz by going to advancedtrichology.com, advancedtrichology.com, or you can go to Eliances.com. We'll have the link on there, ELIANCES.com. Is there really a way to help save what hair you have, number one? And number two, is it possible to grow new hair?
So now, after 17 years of doing this, I have really tried to simplify it, because that's the number one issue that people have overlooked is, why are there so many different reasons for hair loss, and what are they? And collectively, what do you do to fix them all? And there are a ton of different products out there. Most of them are one-dimensional. And the problem with those is they don't tackle all three reasons for loss. And that's really where I've developed the Gaunitz Trichology method. And that is 3 reasons for hair loss. And there are only 3. I've tried to break this. And essentially it's DHT, which we're all familiar with as genetic. There's nutritional, which has its its own little subcategories, and then there's inflammatory. And if you just deal with DHT, you're taking DHT blockers, you're taking Propecia, whatever it is, and you don't address the other two and you have those, the DHT blocker is not going to work. So then all of a sudden you're getting a hair transplant, you're getting all this other cosmetic work done, when realistically you just needed to solve all the problems. And that's what we do. And that's what over the last 17 years I've refined down to where we are today. And I'm very proud of it. I mean, this is the simplicity of the methodology, I feel, is going to change a lot of what's going on with hair loss.
And you know what else is going to help change people? Listening to me, interviewing you. That's right. This is David Cogan, host of the Eliances Hero Show. Make sure you go to Eliances.com. That's ELIANCES.com. It is the only place where entrepreneurs align, and I've got the amazing opportunity to interview William Gaunitz, the founder of Evolution Hair Loss Institute and Advanced Trichology Products. He works with many A-listers. You can reach him at advancedtrichology.com or, of course, going to Eliances.com. So, William, tell us about the various different types of products and or services that you offer, because we've got a lot of people, heck, if you said 65% of people over 60 have some type of hair loss, and it's reached, first of all, can it affect all ages?
Well, puberty is usually the dividing line. So after puberty, that's when typically hair loss is going to kick in. However, there's all sorts of autoimmune different types of hair loss that occur prior to that, and those are all inflammatory or genetic. So, genetic, not hormonal. And collectively, you need to understand why things are happening with you. And we have a quiz on our advancedtrichology.com, which you can go to and actually just fill out 10 questions. And we're going to tell you, which most probable reasons you're losing hair for, and here's all the products that you require. And realistically, you should end up stopping your hair loss entirely in 90 days. So now that's stopping. To regrow hair, sometimes you're going to need growth stimulants, and there's a variety of other things like laser and minoxidil that can be used. It just depends on the situation.
So when you meet people for the first time, like what do you look at them first? Do you look at their hair? I'm like dying to ask you that.
I look at their eyes.
Okay.
I actually stopped looking at people's hair when I meet them probably 15 years ago, because I used to walk up to people when I first got started in the mall and hand them a card, and that didn't go over well. So I've learned my lesson in that arena.
Talk to me about the different type of products that you have and which of them are most popular.
So Amazon has been brilliant for us because we were able to put our core products, which are the DHT blocker, which covers DHT, our follow growth vitamin, which covers basically the nutritional category, and then a very unique topical application that is unique to our brand that is on there, which is sort of a two-part. There's a NutriVive and a Nutri-M. Those products are now being distributed all over the world. We have clients in 58 countries. We have product on the ground on 4 continents. We're actually going into the remainder of Europe this year, and it's pretty wild just how quickly things have just taken off online in the last 2 years. But those products, if you just take those 3, you're going to knock out most of the reasons for loss, and you should be able to end up, again, stopping your loss in approximately 90 days, and then also regrowing some hair, usually what you lost in the last year or so, and then you can move on to growth stimulants like our laser. We have an at-home laser device, which will typically double or triple those results, which is great.
Now, William, you found what you were going to be doing basically because of what happened to you when you were a teenager. And I know you're a family man. What do you hope for your children to be successful and to find what is a passion for them as they grow? What do you hope to instill in them? I
just hope that they really just dial into whatever makes them happy, because what makes them happy is the number one thing. So whether it be hair or my son really likes baseball, he really likes all sports. I mean, whatever they want to do, as long as they're happy, that's the most important thing.
Awesome. Well, William, you give newly found and renewed confidence to your clients. They love their look, and you're the reason for it. That's a hero. William Gaunitz, founder of Evolution Hair Loss Institute and Advanced Trichology. You can reach them at advancedtrichology.com. This is David Cogan with Eliances, and when we return, the CEO of Cousins Subs.